Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Hi, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Here we go. It is the weekend. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Got to figure out if I'm going to spend all my time watching football this weekend or if I'm really going to try to get the Mexican Queen on a bright line and go down and do a bar crawl in Wynwood.
You're watching the game.
Maybe.
No, you're getting on the bright line.
Well, the only thing is we talked about doing the bright line for a while. We talked about doing that. And she had wanted to do Fort Lauderdale, which is all good. There's a lot of great stuff in Fort Lauderdale. I love going down there. In fact, when you get right off of the station there, you've got the wharf, which is we walk right over to the wharf, and Bodega's right near that. And then from there, you can just take it right down Las Olas.
It's perfect.
Yeah, YOLO just reopened, so you got that, and just one great bar after another all the way down Las Olas. YOLO!
If you find me in YOLO, you kick my ass.
You were in YOLO once before.
Damn.
We did an event there.
Can we kick your ass posthumously?
Yeah, we owe you one that.
Yo, where was that at? Was that the... fuck it, I won't remember.
Yeah, I think
Never
when we
mind.
were in Miami, we did a gig at YOLO.
He tried to black it all out.
I think you probably were blacked out. I think that was the night when Virginia went and took the station van and made him go get more beer. You told that story.
I can't even remember. This is so long ago.
You were bitching about Virginia. It was like, I'll go find more alcohol.
We were so.
That was YOLO that night. We did a happy hour at YOLO. Because I remember Nikki from Fort Lauderdale, she came down, the whole office right up there, because there's a big tall building.
That's
it's
what
right
I
in the midst
remember.
of a bunch of tall buildings.
Yes.
So they
remember
came
now.
down. Yeah, they came down. The
Yeah.
whole office did that listened to the show.
I do remember that. Now that was RMF. Okay, gotcha. I'm there. YOLO. That was nice. I take back my comments. I fucking suck.
Yeah, it's always been a beautiful place. Nice little hangout, good location. So, but they just tricked it out and opened up. So that's going to be going on. So that'd be fun. If you want to see all the events this weekend that's happening, you can go to our website at kvjshow.com. Did you do your South Florida Fair opening, Virginia?
It's coming. It's like I had to be there at 11.
She's leaving right at 10:30. She told me, she goes, I'm not leaving a minute
Well,
later than 10:30.
What happened last year was I got there late.
Okay.
And they started the program without me because they have to just start. So Jay Cashmere is already out there at the podium. There's like 500 people that he's speaking to, and I just walk out there late. I'm like, oh, sorry. I know the program's already started, but let me be that asshole.
Yeah.
So I can't be that asshole again.
I'm late. Where's my mic at? Oh, thank you.
What a douche. No, I've got to be there at 11. I cannot be late.
Okay. All right. Well, we're on track to get you out of here, hopefully.
I know.
There's nothing worse than you're running late for an event you have to host where
Yeah.
you're on a microphone.
There's like lines in the script I'm supposed to read. So poor Jay Cashmere last year was out there reading all my lines and his lines, double duty.
Would you have
Yeah.
been mad if Jay Casimir would have read your lines just like this, like trying to imitate you? Well,
I would,
you're
I would have loved it.
okay, good.
He could never, but I would love it.
News people don't do fun,
No.
goofy things out in fun. They don't do it.
He's too serious.
Jay's like these radio people. They're so unprofessional.
That's every,
are.
that's every news person.
They're
Every-
right.
Every news person I talk to, I cannot believe you guys are allowed to say and do and smile. And
I know.
You're pirates.
Yeah. And have a personality. It's a lot of fun. A whole bunch of emails here. We're talking about mixing beverages today. Two things that you wouldn't think would work together. Jennifer had said, yeah, you'd mentioned the cream soda and milk. That actually came from the drink, the egg cream, which was very popular years ago, especially up north.
Fat Kevin, were you a strawberry milk fan?
Not as much. I don't remember really having that. It was always chocolate milk. I do love chocolate milk. In fact, my son Cannon is a chocolate milkaholic.
Look at that. He got it from you.
He knocks down chocolate milks. We both drink a lot. We just drink a lot of liquids. And he may house, they're, I don't know, whatever, like 12 ounces. He probably knocks down like 8 of those a day.
The unquenchable Ralston man.
If you have little kid thirst, I mean, teenage little kid that you can drink so much chocolate milk and over and over again. I was the same way as Ken.
Yeah.
I loved chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I would fuck it
So
up
good.
all the time, and it would go down so smooth, Virginia.
Yeah. Well, it goes well with so many things. I mean, honestly, a big old stack of pancakes and chocolate milk, right?
Just my game.
Wow.
But they never, still, in today, 2022, they still have not quite gotten strawberry milk down perfectly. It's still kind of funky.
I can't even say that I've necessarily ever had it. And
I've
I
had
think
quite a
maybe the
bit.
one time I had it, the reason why I didn't like it felt like it was more real milk, and I felt like I was being tricked into health. Like, because when I was fat, I really only liked chocolate.
It's a good
I
point.
put chocolate on everything.
Strawberry milk is usually a little bit not as
It wasn't as potent,
in the
didn't
mouth.
didn't punch you in the mouth like you wanted.
Well, it's got fruit in it, so it's kind of healthier.
Yeah.
And you don't want that, Fat
That's a
Kevin.
trick. That was a trick.
When you would make chocolate milk, because sometimes we'd be able to make our own. I'd get the bottle and no one would be watching. I would put so much fucking chocolate in there. Is that how you would get down too?
Yeah, we do. In fact, that's how we do. We had the chocolate. We had chocolate syrup always, and that's how we would make it. What do you think is better, making it with the powdery Nestle Quick or with the real chocolate?
Fat Kevin, thank you for asking that. I don't know, because I love both of them
I'm
so
kind of
much.
curious because I do love Quick. In fact, we buy that at the gas station. They have the ready to go.
The only thing about Quick is if sometimes I wouldn't stir it good enough and the bottom of my milk would be all dry like a desert. You guys stir that quick.
Yeah, you do. You got to get every little nook and cranny.
I used to like to eat the powder dry.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a crack addict. I'd be in the kitchen like, man, this is so good.
It was so weird. Milk was such an odd thing at my house because every now and then my mom and Ann would get this fucking milk attitude where there'd be this law across the family, except for my dad. No kid could drink the milk. If you'd sneak into the kitchen to put a little milk in the Dixie cup and drink it real quick. And if you got caught, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Because it was for their coffee?
Yes,
That's,
they needed their coffee and they loved their milk.
That's
We
funny.
were on a budget, so we couldn't drink all the milk.
I have to have Suits put up a poll on your chocolate milk. What do you prefer? Do you like it to have? Do you like the powder or do you like the chocolate syrup?
It's a fine question, Kevin.
Yeah, just kind of curious what people would be more into. And somebody in the chat room said, "Yeah, I'd like to get a Fat Kevin photo if I could."
They live on Facebook.
they do.
We've had a few
I'll
of them.
give you one right there.
Yeah, we have.
That was prime Fat Kev right there.
If you go,
look at him.
If you go to our
Yeah, Fat
KVJ
Kid.
YouTube page, there's the Fat Kevin anthem, and there's 4 or 5 pictures in that video. You see Kevin and this kid. They're two pieces.
That poor kid. If y'all ever wrestled, that kid might lose his life.
It was like me and the white Urkel in this photo.
Well, I can't see his right arm. Did you eat it?
Probably.
That's cute.
Yeah, that was prime Kev fatness.
I love Fat Kevin. I want
Yeah.
to hug him and feed him and hug him again.
He would love it. He loved hugs and food.
I want to do that thing where you put the hand.
You
want
wanna
to
give him a noogie?
Yeah, I'll give you your little.
Give me you
jit.
fat little thing.
You give me a fat little fuck.
Yeah.
Yes. Please call him a fat little fuck.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Don't
You loved
email
it.
me about fat stuff. I was fat once too, so I can make fat jokes.
Yeah, Fat Kevin loved the chocolate milk, loved the pancakes, and he would have loved this deal. IHOP is bringing back the all-you-can-eat pancakes for just $5.99.
We got to do something fun with that.
All you can eat.
All you can eat for just $6.
Wow.
Yeah, pancakes. And I could do a lot.
I love their chocolate chip pancakes when they make the little funny face on there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing better than chocolate chip pancakes.
Oh,
Rocco loves IHOP.
Kids
he
love-
asks me all the time, please, can we go?
They're good. I would do them. I was doing them not long ago when I was still working out hard. I would do a leg day on a Friday, and on Saturday morning we go into First Watch, and they have a great chocolate chip pancake that was good. And I would get that, because I needed the carbs and all that because I was trying to put on muscle at that point. So I
how
was eating that
cozy
kind of
were you
stuff.
right when you ordered that? Like, oh, I'm getting some fucking real food right here.
You you love it. In fact, The Rock will post that up. He'll do where he really works out hard, and then he will put out what he eats, and it's just garbage. It's a stack of pancakes. It's like Captain Crunch cereal. And because, if you are grinding it so hard that you can do that massive cheat meal and you're not going to put on fat.
Oh, if you are a Marky Mark or a Rock,
Yeah.
where you get paid to look that cut.
It's your job.
Yeah.
You could eat whatever you want
That's
for the
the fun
most.
thing
Once you
to
get
do.
in shape.
Yeah.
There's a certain point though where I think those guys start to hurt themselves, because you can't do that forever.
Yeah,
And-
no, that was my thing, because what you're doing anytime you're building muscle, you're tearing muscle and breaking it down, and then you've got to heal and build back up, and that's what makes you get bigger. And yeah, for me, it just my back really started hurting, my knees, all that, and I was just like, ugh, yeah. It's tough. It's tough to maintain. So I can only imagine how The Rock feels.
Meaty Kev.
Yeah.
He was here for a good minute.
Oh, Meaty
I
Kev
don't
was
miss
around
Fat
for a while.
Kev or Meaty Kev.
Meaty Kev's dead.
Yeah, I prefer small Kev.
Zombie Meaty
Zombie
Kev.
Meaty Kev would be so fun.
Zombie Meaty Kev needs to meet Zombie Hulk Hogan and finally end this thing.
Yeah.
Finally put Hulk Hogan to shame.
Yeah, Meaty Kev would be able to do that. You talking to Mark Wahlberg? I saw that he's got his own tequila now.
Yes, I saw that. He's jumping in the tequila game.
Yeah, well, it's making everybody else so much money. I was laughing. I brought up in Red Notice on Netflix. It's got The Rock in it. There's a scene where he sits down at a bar and they pour him his own tequila that he has. And then Ryan Reynolds, he's pouring up a glass of his own gin, Aviator gin.
Aviation gin.
So I imagine if you're in Hollywood and you don't have your own alcohol, and they'd be going, okay, we can do a scene with you and your alcohol. I don't have one. What? You don't have your own alcohol? Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, now Mark Wahlberg has got with tequila company. I think it's already been set up. It's out of Jalisco, Mexico, and it's going to be called Flecha Azul. It's you can check that out. Blue Arrow, I believe. It's going to be sold exclusively at Wahlburgers. So he's doing his tequila at his burger joint, and he's also got
Really?
gyms. So yeah, he's got a bunch of other side stuff going on. Yeah, so listen to all the celebrities now in tequila. You got Mark Wahlberg jumping in, The Rock, Kevin Hart, Justin Timberlake, Diddy, Kendall Jenner, and Toby Keith already have their own.
It's a lot.
It is.
Tequila is very hot right now. It is the
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
spirit.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
rotates.
And I remember too, Sammy Hagar from Van Halen. He had his Cabo Wabo, and he sold. They think he sold that for $80 million, something like that. I think he's made more,
Crazy.
$100 million. He sold more on his tequila than he ever did on music.
Good for the Red Rocker.
Yeah, you're right. The Red Rocker. There's only one way to rock. He can't drive 55.
Oh, the cheesiest, corniest
He had
song.
all of his solo stuff is so freaking cheesy.
Well, think about it, how cheesy. I can't drive 55. 55 is not even that fucking fast.
Well, back then, that was the speed limit.
Well, that was the whole thing he was saying. He can't drive 55. There's no way he can keep his car that slow.
But
That's what it's saying. He would have to drive like 90 or something like that.
But the 55, that's older, isn't it? Wouldn't all
55 is what the standard speed limit was when it came out of the song. Now you'll see 65, 70 on some of the interstates.
That's a really corny song.
Very corny.
But I do like Sammy Hagar. I've seen him in many
Yeah.
interviews.
He's a sweet pea.
He is, you can tell all these rockers, they all had egos, and that it is what it was. They didn't like each other, but he seemed to have grown past some of that shit. He's older.
Yeah,
you can't.
He's always been a likable guy. He and Mikey from Van Halen, they're the most likable guys, and the Van Halen brothers are both dicks.
His perspective's good though. It's
Yeah.
like, people, they fight. It happens, and
Yeah.
let's move on from it. Let's
Right.
forgive each other.
Yeah.
and
So they went on. They do their own thing now. They tour and have fun, and I think play some Van Halen stuff.
Good for them.
From when he was in it, yeah. And he actually does have a good song. There's a song he did on a solo album when he's in Van Halen called "Where Eagles Fly." It's a pretty good little tune. That was.
Where Eagles fly.
Yeah,
I just
something
feel like
that,
I feel
yeah.
like it should go.
It's
like
dramatic.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
it is.
that. Yeah. Of course.
I feel like you could do it at karaoke and nail it.
You are
But
setting me up
nobody
for
would know
failure.
what song you're singing.
I'll do that if you do On the Road Again. That should be a punishment for Virginia. She has to sing On the Road Again.
It was so good in the beginning.
Is that a punishment for Virginia or for us?
Everyone involved.
Yeah.
Everyone involved.
I got an email from Brandon in West Palm. He said, I was listening to the ATSP and I heard Bird talking about some grilled cheese. I recently went to Yard House and tried their grilled cheese with avocado and bacon on it, paired with tomato soup. It was amazing.
Oh.
I normally don't eat grilled cheese, but damn, this shit was good. Has Bird tried this from Yard House?
Yes, I have. I'm a huge Yard House fan. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorite
they're great.
restaurants. I
Yeah.
love the atmosphere. I love how they have all those different beers.
Yeah.
It's close to my house.
Yeah.
A big fan of Yard House. They have a really good menu.
Yeah, I love it. In fact, we were talking about that not too long ago. I love doing that, talking about that item from that restaurant.
Yeah.
And there are some that just have something. You have to go to get this at this restaurant.
I always get the grilled cheese at Yard House. Always.
Yeah,
But I
okay.
also get like 3 other things too.
Okay, so you're
I
in that
leave with a
game.
big sack over my
Like
shoulder.
Santa.
Yes.
Bunch of recommendations. Looking for something to watch. Heather from the Pizzle. She's a nurse. Sadly got COVID at work, so she's doing her 5 days of quarantining. So if you get hit with that, you definitely want stuff to watch. On Apple TV, she was doing The Shrink Next Door. That's got Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd. She said it's dramatic with some funny moments. I haven't watched all of it, but it's pretty good. She's liking that.
Okay.
Disney Plus, she said Hawkeye is meh, but the Boba Fett is still written and produced by Jon Favreau, so it's got the same feel.
I like
How you
the-
feeling about that now?
I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's got a lot of old
The
characters.
Book of Boba Fett.
There's a lot of great stuff in there. There's a few things I don't. The funny enough, the one part I really don't like is Boba Fett. I don't like his character. What
Yeah.
they're kind of doing with it.
You want to be a little bit more edgy, I think you were saying, right?
Yeah, and I'm
maybe
not-
he's a little too.
I'm not trying to spoil it, but I just noticed there a lot of times with they try to take these villains that were awesome back in the day and they try to break them down. There's their backstory. They're really good at heart. No, man, I want to see Boba Fett fuck up some shit and be evil about it.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
there's something about that where, yeah, show me truly how evil they are, and maybe you can justify why they're that way, but yeah, they're just
But
to the bone evil.
I might be, I might be in the minority on that one. It's done very good. I love it. It's really good. But I'm talking too long. I can feel it. That's all I got, Kev.
Okay. She said on Netflix, I watched Braveheart for the first time. Nothing in this movie is accurate except for the names William Wallace, Robert the Bruce, and King Edward.
Yeah, but we're not watching it for accuracy.
Yeah. But she said after I sat through 3 hours of that bullshit, I had to watch Outlaw King
Wait,
to
hold on.
cleanse me of it.
What? She's calling Braveheart bullshit?
Because I think she just says the whole thing, it's not.
Historically,
At all,
I
yeah.
guess if you're a history
It's
dork,
ridiculous,
you
yeah.
can't watch it without being like,
Yeah.
what? But lucky for you and I, we didn't pay attention in history, so we don't know the real
That's
story.
the same way when I watch a baseball movie. I'm going, you got to be fucking guys. There's 3 outs in an inning. Yeah, they fuck up. I get it.
Yeah. So I think if you want the accuracy, watch Outlaw King, which that sounds good. Robert the Bruce.
I'm sorry though. Braveheart is just a good movie. It's a really good movie. I love movies when someone has their world destroyed and they're down and out, and then they seek revenge and fuck shit up, and that's what William Wallace does.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether it's historically accurate or not.
Yeah.
I don't give
Just
a
a
fuck
fun
about it.
ride.
Yeah, it's a fun ride.
Yeah. Also on HBO Max, she said, obviously, Succession we know is fantastic. Righteous Gemstones is Danny McBride's newest series. Season 2 just came out. It's so hilarious.
I try to get, and I love Danny McBride. I've seen all of his series on HBO. All of them are super funny. I try to get into that one. I couldn't get into it. Sometimes my head's not there.
Okay.
I love him so much. I would give him another ride on that one.
What is his best one? Eastbound and Down?
I love Eastbound and Down, but then Vice Principals. Vice Principals is really good because it's only 2 seasons, and it's fucking funny, man.
Is it okay?
Yes, I found that such a funny series.
I might have to check out some of those. They've always been there hanging, and I haven't watched any of them yet.
He plays the same character in both series.
I'm okay with
I
that.
don't give a shit.
That was the thing with Vince Vaughn. I was okay with Vince Vaughn being the same guy that he was in Old School and Wedding Crashers and all that because I just loved it.
Look, if you make me laugh and entertain me, it's all I give a shit about.
I don't care. I don't. Who said you have to have depth?
Yeah.
It's not coming from me.
You're awfully quiet, Siniki. Are you just looking at that clock over there?
No, I'm just trying to figure out who y'all talking about. Danny McBride?
Yeah.
I thought she did the dirt, but
I don't know who that is.
damn. Don't make Kevin take that dirt away from you.
Kind of a dude comedy guy. Yeah. And if you do actually want a documentary, John sent us this, and he said Trafficked with Marina Van Zeller on National Geographic Channel. She's an investigative reporter that does stories about the cartel and how they make coke and fentanyl and how they smuggle it into the U.S. She does stories about a lot of black market things, stolen cars, and how they end up in countries like Africa, gun smuggling from USA to Mexico, the illegal pot business in California. So all that kind of good stuff. Sounds interesting. Thank you very much, John. It's called Trafficked. And Kyle in Jacksonville has a recommendation for the Tiny Desk concert series on NPR on YouTube.
It's one of my favorite things to watch. If you are a music lover and you love live music, it's phenomenal. It's great.
I've seen some clips from it. I think I'd really like it.
I was even rocking out to Adele. She was doing that Chasing Pavements. I love that song.
Oh, that was,
They
yeah.
do it acoustically, and holy shit balls. It was fantastic. Home grand slam out of the park.
That's probably the Adele song I listen to the most.
Grand
is Chasing
slam.
Pavements, yeah.
If you listen to the sound quality of the Tiny Desk, there's not a better... they're the best sound ever.
Who is sound mixing that? Because it is awesome.
It's amazing. Yes, you're right. Whoever's the sound people or the sound engineer for Tiny Desk, they should get a whatever award that they give out for that shit.
BBC One does a lot of really good live performance things as well. I always see their clips.
So does Stern. Stern is really good at that.
Yeah, they had Foo Fighters on with him a couple times, and it sounded really good. So, yeah, if you said with each of your wide varieties of your taste in music, I think you might like it. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Kyle, for that recommendation.
It really is good. And if you do love music and looking for new stuff, you will discover so many new people you did not know even existed. There's 10 people in my iTunes just from that show alone. Highly recommended if you love music.
Okay. Yeah, definitely do. Would love to check that out. Lots of funny little memes people sent us with the Drake condom story that apparently pours hot sauce when he's done with his used condom so that girls can't then take his semen and insert it to have an unsanctioned Drake baby to claim more money from him. So I saw one. They actually did the Photoshop and everything. It was Drake condoms now with hot sauce. This is another one where this old guy has got a bottle of hot sauce on his belt buckle. And it says, "This how Drake walking around with the hot sauce." That guy's just ready to roll. Drake always got hot sauce on him.
That's awesome.
Hey, you want to bang? Hold on, let me get my condoms and hot sauce. What? Entertaining. Also, comment, we're talking about how hazards now, yes, in Florida, you can use those when it's raining like crazy. Kay said, I grew up in New York, and we always used hazards when on the road or on the shoulder. For the last 6+ years, I've driven to Boca every day from Jupiter, and I see it all the time where people are driving super slow and drivers come close to hitting them. I don't think people's brains register the speed difference quick enough. So many people are distracted or half asleep, and when you see the hazards on, I think for most people it just immediately registers in the brain that they're either slow or stopped, and to just avoid. You can register the blinking lights from much further away in the dark than you can register speed, just my observation experience.
So they're for the lights on during the rain.
Sounds like it. I guess it obviously won because they changed the law where you can, now use them. But it is tough
I
and
side
tricky.
with them. I side with that email. The last time I said that on the air, I got fucking crucified.
You prefer the blinkers?
Yes,
Yeah.
because I can't see shit from a... That email, I so agree. You're going to get so many emails trashing that email. Don't let them shake you. I stand with you.
It's a fight. I say half the people agree with you, Jay Bird, and half the people don't like it.
Imagine that. We're a country divided.
Imagine that.
Yeah, go figure.
Just get used to it.
That is what I hear all the news stations and all the news reports. We're a country divided still. Like, with every topic. That's their buzz. We're a country divided.
Once again.
Once again.
We can't come to terms.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
Then we talking about Adele. Once again, the country's divided.
Yeah. I'll have to do another poll, figure out where people lie on that one. So when it is raining super hard, do you prefer to A, turn on your flashers, or B, never with the flashers? So we'll see where people are.
I just can see the lights better in the rain.
So you're a fan. I'm
yeah.
okay with it. I am. I think you just have, again, like what you're saying, you just have to register that this isn't necessarily somebody stopped under a bridge. And it is tricky. When you're out there and you got that real legit
Like
South Florida rain.
sheets of rain that are just, you can't see.
Visibility is 5 inches.
I mean, I said that on the air. You would have thought I said, hey, everybody, go feed some ducks some bread.
Which you also said on
Which
the
I
air.
did say on the air.
Yeah.
I got crucified. Rightfully so. I didn't know. I was ignorant.
You
at the
stir the pot.
Yeah.
time. And then smoke it.
Okay, we got an email here from Cosimo. He said that I think I saw that same panhandler. You guys were talking about the creative signs, and somebody texted in. They saw one saying that I need money because my family was kidnapped by ninjas and I need money for karate lessons. I said, yeah, I saw that same sign. I don't know if it was a different guy, but the guy that I saw had a shirt on that said, don't give a fuck, smoke weed. And on the back was a picture of a girl's ass.
Oh, boy.
And he was walking in between cars doing the peace sign over his mouth, sticking his tongue out gesture.
Oh.
The one you use for eating a girl out.
Yes, we know it.
I was going to give this guy money for the funny sign, but it kind of seemed like he was crazy, so he got no cash from me.
Sign, you got points. The international symbol for eating puss, no.
So here's the thing. He did good because he was edgy. Oh, caught my attention. Oh, you went too far. You went
too far.
then,
Edgy was good. You just
It
fucking
was, and
pushed
then
him.
you just went to a level that made everybody uncomfortable.
A man should never do that thing ever in public.
Well,
Yeah.
you scared people
Yes.
that we're going to give you money. So
You
your
scared off your
tactic is too aggressive.
You scared off your audience.
Yeah. You scared off your income.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
That's such an aggressive move. The universal.
Yeah, that's like, ooh. All right. We don't need to see that.
It's so aggressive.
Dude.
Yeah, it's too much. We got this about Howley's. It is a diner in West Palm Beach, but it's also a term they use in Hawaii for the whites. Said, yeah, when my husband moved to Hawaii, he was 13 because his father's an officer in the Navy. He said he had to fight kids all the time for survival for about a year or so, either fight or just get beaten up until he was respected enough, and then nobody bothered him in high school. The whites were all called Howleys, and other ethnicities were called Mokes, but no one thought of it as derogatory at the time. It's just what you were. He was there at the end of 69 to the late 70s, though. Different now,
wow.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. I learned Howley from that movie North Shore.
Okay.
And the kid was, he was very white from the Midwest to go surf out in Hawaii. What's this Howley doing here?
Okay.
I love, that's a great movie. But we can't let Suits watch that one because I don't think anyone else has fucking heard of it. There'll be 4 people that know that movie. Because you guys never saw it.
It's kind of like that Outer Banks, Virginia.
Oh.
Remember? Yeah, what is it? The
Pogues.
Pogues. Yeah, the Pogues are the local kids that don't have a lot of money, and then whatever they call the rich
Kooks.
kids. Kooks, yeah.
Which is a weird name.
I got to give Outer Banks a shot.
I love Outer Banks. I can't wait for the next season. It's like a not as believable Goonies, but it's still fun.
Okay, so shitty ass Goonies? All right, cool.
It's not shitty. It's like modern, treasure hunty, fun.
There's just some shows or movies you got to go into saying, don't try to pick it apart. Just enjoy the ride.
Have fun.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's the fast food of entertainment.
Got ya.
Just go in there and take it for what it is.
I mean, that's really what Cobra Kai is. I love
Right,
Cobra
yeah.
Kai, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of cheese in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, so just go into it, know what it is, and be like, okay, I think if you do that,
Okay.
if you have the right mindset, if you start to be like, that's not going to happen, that clearly is like, no. If you start doing that, it's going to bother you, and you're going to hate Outer Banks.
Okay.
If you're just like going, all right, that's kind of dumb, but
Yeah.
keep
Don't
smiling.
overthink it.
Keep smiling and keep going on. You may enjoy it, maybe. Somebody want to know, I know you guys were talking about it being Suits' 7th anniversary, but could you work him a little less? I was listening about 8:30 last night, and he's on the air. I mean, my gosh, does he ever go home? When does he sleep? What's up with this? I just don't think it's right that you're treating Suits so bad. Suits, he is on at night on WRMF. Luckily, he gets to pre-record that, so he doesn't actually have to stay here.
He pre-records it at lunchtime.
Most radio shows you hear now are pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So unless it's a morning show, typically everything else is going to be recorded in another studio at an earlier time. Just the way it goes, unfortunately. That's radio today.
Kevin's lying. He makes him come in at 8 o'clock at night.
Suits, where were you, man? I was here at 8:30 and you didn't show up. What's wrong?
Could you imagine?
Oh,
Oh,
the
my
hell, man.
gosh, the schedule.
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable. All right, let's check in with some of our KVJ TV polls here today. When it comes to using your blinkers in super hard rain, 66% prefer to keep the blinkers off. 34% said, use your hazards.
All right.
It's going to change, though, as time goes on. That number will be up.
Yeah, I think my own opinion is changed a little bit on it because I've just kind of changed my mindset. And sometimes seeing those flashing lights, I realize they're in traffic and it helps me find the road a little bit because sometimes you're like, all right, am I still even on the road? I don't even know.
People love to argue to the death about this stupid mundane shit.
What?
I don't want to turn country for a second.
Mundane.
Mundane. I got my alter egos messed up. I turned into Gibby Darling.
What?
How's your nuts?
Never recovered. Never recovered. I mean, they never recover.
Will you tell them I asked about them?
I will.
And then when it comes to how do you prefer your chocolate milk, 60% want the chocolate syrup, 39% like the chocolate powder.
Oh, so it's all about the syrup.
Yeah.
Were you a Yahoo? Or Yoo-hoo? Yahoo.
What?
You're a Yahoo, Gibby Darlington.
Were you a Yoo-hoo
He's
fan?
all of a sudden falling apart at the end.
Right at the end.
I mean, it is
Cinderella's turning into a pumpkin
apart.
over here. Yeah.
Are you drinking?
Yeah, it's past your midnight.
I think I haven't had a drink in January.
You need to immediately get a
That's
beer.
that's an issue.
You need a beer.
Yeah, it's causing a problem. I never really had Yoo-hoo. I maybe had it once in my life. It just wasn't anything I did. It just to me kind of tasted like chocolate water.
It's a controversial. Some people love it like I do. Some people hate it.
It does taste like shit chocolate water.
Yeah, I've never really enjoyed
I don't
it.
like it.
I'm like, why would I drink this when I could have chocolate milk?
And it seems like a lot of calories and not a lot of smile.
Yeah,
You can drink a Yoo-hoo in under a half a second. I mean,
it's senseless.
okay.
It's just senseless.
Get out of here with that
Yeah,
shit.
Get out of here. For real. All right. I know Virginia actually does have to get out of here.
I do. I'm going to the South Florida Fair to kick off Rockin' Robots.
Right. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yay.
All right. I know we got a vodka sponsor to hit, Virginia.
We do. Thank you to Atoll Vodka. Citrus infused and delicious. You can buy it now at mashandgrape.com.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.